Hey guys. Okay, that was a weird introduction. I don't know what was with my hey. Anyways, tonight is Tuesday night, February 7th. I've been saying January all freaking day. And then I've also been writing 2016, which is the first time this year that I've done that, which is so weird. It's like a month in. But anyways, long story short, I'm really excited to have you guys on tonight. I wanted to touch on something that I think is not very or is very important in your business. And I want to say, especially right now during Team Cup, but these are the things that you should be doing regardless if you're in a Team Cup or not. And as you guys seen, it's staying in phase one, the 4 vital behaviors, right? And I know a bunch of us, especially if you've been a coach for longer than a day, you've heard the 4 vital behaviors, but for some reason you tried to recreate the wheel in some way, shape, or form, right? Whether it's the business aspect side of things, nutrition aspect side of things, fitness programs. I know y'all tried hybrid a time or two, right? I know you. I see you on social media. I see you. But you all try to recreate the wheel. We all try to recreate the wheel. The thing of it is I'm a perfectionist and I am an overthinker. And when I talk to a lot of you guys, I feel like you're the same way. Or you tell me that you're the same way, right? And we think that there's so much, it's complicating, there's so much things that we need to do, there's so much perfection and posts that we need to create, or we need to do this or we need to do that. And then we just we either spend way too much time creating a post, right? Or we don't do anything at all because we just are overwhelmed. We don't know where to start. So what I want to do for you guys is I'm going to break down, and this is going to be a quick call. Maybe we'll see. I'm aiming for this to be a quick call. But I want to give you guys the tips that you need to do moving forward in your business. Yay, my girl Candace is on here. She's brand spanking new. Yay, Candace. Welcome to the club. This is where all the cool kids hang. So I don't want you guys thinking that you need to get yourself overwhelmed. We all know what it's like being welcomed as a brand new coach, right? You're getting added to these groups, you're added to challenge groups, and then all of a sudden your Facebook notifications are going bazanga all day long. And you're just like, oh my gosh, what the hell did I just get myself into, right? Y'all feel me? Because you're like, oh my God, this is so true. First off, turn off your notifications on your phone. I do not have notifications for Facebook. I don't even have the Messenger app on my phone. I don't have notifications for Instagram or for my text messages. Oh my gosh, that is a godsend. Unless, of course, that your mom is babysitting your son and she needs to get a hold of you, then turn that shit on. Otherwise, your ass is getting in trouble. And then she probably calls your house phone when you're on a Zoom, which is. So I'm telling you guys, during your work hours, when you turn off these notifications, and keep Facebook off anyways, because you're just going to get sucked in the Facebook vortex and thinking that you have to read every single thing, which you don't. You are added, first things first, you guys are added to these coach groups for support, right? For ask questions. If you have a question that you can't reach your sponsor coach, or you just have a question that, maybe. That's creepy. That was creepy. How do I do this? Creepy mom answering machine whisper. That's weird. Anyways, so I got a little sidetracked there. So when where was I? I don't even know where I was. I'm just going to keep going. Notifications. You don't need them. You don't need to read them. You're in coach groups for support. And if you have questions, if you're talking to someone and they ask what's a good program to do if you have bad knees or bad back, that's a great place to look it up if you don't know if you're brand spanking new. There's lots of other places that you can look, as Google, YouTube, Coach Online Office, the Misfit Republic website are also great, grand, and wonderful resources. But just so you know, you don't have to read every single post that's in there. But what I want to encourage you guys to do, if you have time, if it's not in your power hour, maybe you're sitting on the toilet or you're waiting in line at school, picking up your children, welcome new coaches. Give congrats to people that are getting shout outs, because we really want to recognize whether they're new coaches or they just did their first transformation or, yeah, right, Cindy. We all know that's a lie. But whatever you do, if you have a quick second, you can go in there and show some love. Spread the love because yay, Lisa's on here too. She's another newbie. Woo woo. Welcome. So yeah, just go in there and spread the love. So first things first, I want to talk about always being in phase one. One thing that you guys always want to remember, always be a challenger. Okay? This business, yes, it is about helping other people, but you never want to stop helping yourself. What I mean by that is, for one, which is one of the 4 vital behaviors, which is being a product of the product. You are always working on your physical fitness. You can't expect people to join your team or join your challenge group if you're just sitting on the couch eating bonbons while they're doing 21-day fix, right? Like, you have to be sharing your journey. You have to be doing the work. You have to be making the time for your workouts so you can be helping other people make time in their day for their workouts. Always be that challenger mentality because you're working on yourself. And that goes for number 2. And I'm going to touch on these a little bit more, but I want to make sure that you guys really understand the importance about staying in a challenger mode. Whether you're a brand new spanking coach, an emerald coach, a diamond coach, a 15 triple star shiny dingle bobber coach, whatever, always stay in challenger mode. Second of the 4 vital behaviors is personal development. These 2 things I would hope that you would do regardless of if you were a Beachbody coach. After being a Beachbody coach, we all know that I was not reading personal development before I was a coach. We all know that's true. But personal development helps you mentally. It helps you emotionally. It helps you believe in yourself. It helps you overcome struggles. It helps you keep going when times get tough. It helps you learn different things. It helps you learn leadership. And my mom is just blowing me up. Goodness gracious. It helps you learn and grow every single day and just improve. Okay? So always, always, always be the product of the product. So you're working on your outside, your physical fitness. And then you're doing you're doing personal development where you're working on your inside, your heart and your soul, right? That's something that you should be doing regardless. So moving forward, always be challenger mode because I've seen so many amazing coaches come up and they start off with a bang, right? Their first 30 days, they get amazing results. Then all of a sudden they're like, I want to hit Success Club. I want to go Emerald. Bam. They take their eye off their own physical fitness and they start grasping at these other goals and forgetting their own results. And their nutrition and their physical fitness goes on the wayside. And they start focusing on the coaching side, but then they start getting unhappy because they don't have energy. They're not feeling good. They're not even fueling their mind with personal development anymore because they're so focused on this stuff over here. I don't want to see that anymore. And maybe some of us have done that. I know firsthand I've done that. So I could say it's true. I don't want that to happen to anybody. So always stay in challenger mode. Always take care of yourself because like you guys heard before, you can't pour from an empty cup, right? Mamas know about that. All mamas know all about that, right? You guys know. Okay. So the big focus I'm going to talk about tonight, I'm going to save the best for last. Okay. So we're going to start. Well, they're all pretty dang good, but we're going to start with one of my favorites. It's called recognition. This is a brand new of the 4 vital behaviors. This is something that you can recognize or give shout outs to just for anything and everything. This is something that not only is like a coaching post for you, like you're celebrating small successes, big successes, whatever it is, but it's also recognizing that person. They could be a challenger of yours. They could be a coach of yours. They could be a coach on your own team. They could, anybody. And I was talking to Brittany. She is my corporate buddy that I work with from Beachbody. And today she gave me some really good ideas. You don't have to just recognize your coaches or your challengers for business side of things or or challenger kind of things. But if like mom is part of your brand, you can recognize the mom stuff that they do. You know, like the other day, one of my coaches, Chelsea, I don't know if she's on here. Oh, I see her. The other day, she got to go and have lunch with her daughter because she doesn't have to answer to the man. Like that is something that you could recognize, right? Anything that if someone comes up with a great idea how to get water intake in, you could recognize that like, oh my gosh, look at what Teresa just showed me. Like, oh my gosh, Teresa's so smart. She's teaching me how to get my water intake in or whatever, you know, or like if Cindy shows off a pair of new Nikes that are amazing and they're so comfy, then I could shout out Cindy for, you know, giving people that tip. You don't have to wait until you or your challengers or your coaches have a physical transformation to do recognition. You don't have to wait until someone hits Emerald or Success Club to give recognition, right? Once a day, in some way, shape, or form, recognizing someone. And you don't always have to recognize other people. You could recognize your own small successes too. And make sure you really focus on the small successes. I don't ever want to hear that you can't give yourself a recognition because you've only lost 10 pounds. Or you've only lost 1 pound. Or you haven't lost any weight, but all of a sudden your waist is like super shrinking. We've all seen that happen, right? Recognize small successes and make sure that you're following your friends, your family. They all know the importance of small successes because it's the small successes that add up to the big one, and celebrate every single milestone. You got to teach your coaches that. You got to teach your challengers that. So, recognition. Yes, recognition or recognize actions too in your coaches and your challengers. Yeah, that is awesome too. And one thing that I've been doing recently is challenger Zooms. And when we first come on, we do a celebration of small successes. So like the actions that they've been doing, if they were quiet in the challenge group for a while or whatever. I love that. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to move on. So product of the product. Being a product of the product means you are working out with one of the Beachbody programs, right? You're using Beachbody On Demand, All Access, one of the programs, whatever it is, whether it's at the gym, maybe you're doing Piyo in the park if you're in Hawaii right now, because you sure ain't doing it in Washington right now. Or, you know, you're doing it at the gym, you're doing it at home, wherever you're doing it. You're showing that you're on your own physical journey. You're not just showing perfection, right? How many of us have got on our phones and scrolled Instagram or Facebook and we're like, oh my gosh, she makes that look so easy. Oh my gosh, she never messes up. Oh my God, does she even get sweaty? Like all this stuff, right? So sometimes my brain moves faster than my mouth can keep up. So let me take it down a notch. Sometimes I'll throw a little something in there. You know, like if I start seeing people saying that you look like it makes it too easy, or you make it look like people that can't, like, oh my gosh, here I go again. That if you make it harder, or if you make it look like you have to be perfect to do something, or you're looking like you're preaching perfection or whatever, I always throw something weird in there. Like the other day, I threw a video of me getting ready before my actual workout video. Like I was singing beforehand. I was like doing my hair. I tripped a little bit. Like today, I'm doing hammer and chisel in my life. I was really super wobbly. So don't always show that you have to be perfect, or you have to edit the perfect part in your video, right? Because it just makes people feel a little discouraged when moving forward in that program or getting involved in that anyways. But show the small triumphs that you did. Like anyone that did quarter force, where are you guys at? Okay, who of you attempted to video yourself the first time you did a Sphinx blaster? Right? Did you feel like a complete fool? Yeah, I see some faces like, oh, hell no. Yeah, well, I remember I did it, and I legit felt like my 3-year-old niece throwing a fit on the ground, like throwing my feet, slapping my hands. I was like, I can't do this. I don't know how she's doing it. This is rigged. I'm out. Like I was done in my video. But the more you do it, and then you keep recording yourself and you keep showing that, you're showing that you're progressing. You're not just showing that you're progressing with weight loss or inches loss, but the moves that you weren't able to do at one point in time that you are able to do now. Granted, I can't do a Sphinx Blaster to save my life on my toes still. I don't know how y'all are doing it. Where's Jackie? I saw Jackie doing it. Angie can do it too. You crazy girls. Jericho triplets. But it's a great way to show progress besides just focusing on the scale or just focusing on measurements. And then you're also telling them that, hey, I'm in the trenches with you. I'm not just inviting you to a challenge group. I'm not just inviting you to do something that I'm not doing myself, because I'm doing it. It's easier to invite and talk to people, which I'm going to talk about in just a little bit. Hold your horses. I know you guys are excited about the invite. But it's easier to talk to people about something that you're doing yourself if you love it, right? It's easy because, like, yes, sometimes we vomit out the mouth, but you can say all the wrong things to the right person and it doesn't matter. They're ready. You can say all the right things to the wrong person and it's not going to go anywhere. But if you're excited and you're doing something and it's going to be genuine, you're going to come off authentic and energetic, and that energetic is going to vibe with them. And they're going to be more excited to join you than you're just like, oh yeah, so I'm doing this program. It's called Insanity. It's a lot of fun. Sometimes he makes me throw my TV out the window, but that's cool. Would you like to join me? Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be signing up with you anytime soon. But if you're so excited and you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like such a badass. I just got done doing this workout called Quarter-Force. It makes me feel like a bad mama jamma. I'm getting little baby abs too, people are more apt to join with you. So being a product of the product. Number 2, personal development. Who here is reading personal development? Yeah. Look at you, my newbies. Woo-woo! All right. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait, you girls are reading You Are a Badass, aren't you? I wonder where you got that. Awesome. Okay. So personal development is huge because in this business or in your weight loss or in your health journey in general, you're going to have ups and downs, right? Shit hits the fan, life comes at you. Nothing is guaranteed in life, right? You're going to need some cushion with your backbone, I guess you could say. You're going to need some extra goodness. Personal development helps you be strong on the inside when you feel weak. It's going to help you learn to grow where you are weak. It's going to help you improve where you are strong. There's so much personal development based on self-love, leadership, time management, organization, relationships, parenting, like you name it. There's something out there for everything and everyone. And actually, Cindy and I put together a list a long time ago, and I think it's still being added to it. It's in the big team page that is categorized because she's awesome like that. Part owl, a little bit. It's categorized so you could see like, hey, this is where I'm needing help with like goals, or this is where I'm needing help with self-love. You could choose from these different things, but always, always, always read personal development. Because one thing that if you guys follow Jimmy Hayes Nelson, he's a superstar diving coach. He came to Seattle Super Saturday one Super Saturday. And I remember him saying, the thing that you put in your mind, or your mind is like a sponge in the morning, right? And what you put in the morning is going to come out later on during the day when you get squeezed. So like if you're putting nothing but the news and politics and all this negativity, Facebook scrolling, all of this stuff in your mind. And then later on, like maybe some guy cuts you off. Do you think that you're going to be patient and be like, oh, buddy, that's okay. I'm sure you're going to be flying a finger, but it's not going to be a hand wave, right? But if you take some time for yourself in the morning and you read your personal development and you're reading about being patient and being kind and being, being intentional about your actions and stuff and not taking everything so personal. Later on, if someone cuts you off, do you think you're going to flip them the bird? Probably not. You're going to be like, you know what? Maybe he's rushing to his wife and she's sick. Or maybe he's late for whatever. Or, you're going to you're going to be sympathetic or show some empathy. So make sure, like, I gotta see. Damn you, Cindy. So I've been missing my damn miracle morning because I've been scrolling in the morning and then I'm in a freaking bad mood. So now I use my phone for my alarm, do my guided meditation on it, and turn my phone back off until my PD and goals are done. That's awesome. It makes a huge difference. I kid you not, once you start reading personal development, it makes a huge difference on the days that you miss it than the days that you don't miss it. Makes a huge difference. And you think like, oh, it's not going to be that big a deal. I only read 10 minutes or 15 minutes a day. But I promise you, just like Cindy said, you are more likely to get in a bad mood. And it's funny because, so Jill Bodish, is she on here? She called me out today. She's like, I didn't see your goals and affirmations posted this morning, which goes in line of my personal development, right? I always think that you should be writing your goals out, whether they're your weekly goals, your monthly goals, your yearly goals, and your affirmations, your I am statements, right? So she called me out today. And I was like, you know what? Gage had a late start. I tried getting him back to bed. He wanted to wake up with me at 5:30. He wanted to play Clash of Clans with me in Minecraft. And I just did it because he's been, he's my kid and we did this. And then it got away from me. I read my personal development, but I didn't do that part. And later on the day, well, hold on. I got to see real quick. Is it just the ladies on tonight? Got to make sure Tommy's not on here. Okay. Well, Aunt Flo is coming to town. And so I'm a little sensitive Sally. So this afternoon I started weeping for no freaking reason. And I'm like, why am I so sad? I'm crying out like in commercials and I'm stubbing my toe and everything was like hitting the fan. Right. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? And then all of a sudden I get a freaking Marco Polo from Jill. And she's like, you didn't post your goals and affirmations today. And I'm like, no wonder shit is hitting the fan because I didn't finish my miracle morning, right? It's so weird what happens to your days when you take out just one little thing that helps you improve every day. So make sure that you set time in your morning because if you guys read Miracle Morning, and I'm pretty sure he says it in all of his books, not just Miracle Morning for Network Marketers, but you're most productive the first 3 hours of your day. Thanks, girl. All right. Now we're going to go. Oh, so I did recognition, personal development, product of the product. Ready for the last one? I feel like this one needs a drum roll because it like scares everybody. Inviting. Okay. Now, why is this scary? Well, let's see. There's a lot of things that make people scared of inviting. You're scared of rejection. You're scared of putting yourself out there. You're scared of being told no. You're scared of feeling like a salesman. You're scared of X, Y, and Z. I don't know. There's so many different reasons. I'm just naming the things that came into my head when I first started coaching, or even the first 2 years of me coaching, right? First off, I want you guys to write this down, unless someone already posted this in there. Oh, I want you to read Earmuffs for the Kiddies. Get over your damn self. It's like a female version of Go for No. Hey. And it's good for those of you who procrastinate or are scared of inviting or scared of going after a goal that just seems a little bit scary or out of reach. So I'm pretty sure this book is good for all of us in some way, shape, or form. But why inviting is so important, and I've said this on calls before, and like I said, I felt a little harsh by saying this, but so inviting is basically when you progress in your business. It's getting people involved in the opportunity that you are partaking in, whether it's your challenge groups, your free clean eating groups, your organization groups, your squat and water challenge groups, your crock pot groups, or your challenge groups for fitness programs, or your Shakeology groups, or coaching, right? You're inviting these people to join you with either one of these opportunities. Now, me being the person that I am, because I came from being scared of inviting, because I was so afraid. I was that person that seeked others' approval. And I was so scared of how I was going to be seen once I invited them that I was scared to do it. And if you guys, oh my gosh, if any of you guys were my friends in 2012 on Facebook, I'm so sorry. You probably got a copy and pasted message. Yeah, Lisa, I'm sorry if, but you're here now. That's all that matters. But I didn't know better. And I copied and pasted the same exact message because I thought everyone wanted to do Turbo Fire, which is the program that got me started. And I was like, hey, I know you probably want, yeah, Cindy, hey, I don't know if you saw my results, but I thought you might want to lose weight and blah, 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 blah. And you could lose up to this and this and this and da, 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 da. And you could become a coach and make $500 to $700 in a first year. Blah, blah. I don't know. It was god awful, but I copied and pasted it to like everyone in my friends list. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not what I'm preaching tonight. Not inviting. Don't do that. But that was my mistake. And some of you guys are still here hanging with me. That's great, grand, and wonderful. Times have changed. But what you do now when you invite, you're just giving them the opportunity. If you don't open the door for them, they're never going to know. And what you are doing with this amazing opportunity, you think whether you signed up yesterday, a year from now, or a year ago, 10 years ago, Beachbody has changed your life in some way, shape, or form, right? I know my two newbies on here were challengers before they were coaches. So Beachbody did change their life physically and mentally, right? So they already have something to talk about. You already know what it does to you physically. But if you're not opening the door for other people and letting them be able to be a part of that, guess what? That's being selfish because you're letting fear hold you back. When you invite, all you are doing is making new friends and giving them an opportunity at something that you already love yourself, right? Like if you get a brand new car and you're like, oh my gosh, this Honda Accord is so great. I could fit all 10 kids, probably not, but in my car and it gets great gas mileage and blah, blah, blah. You can't stop talking about it because you're not trying to sell them your car, but you just love it so much, what it's doing for you and your family, and it gets you around and all the groceries you could put in it and all the kids and whatever. But do you feel bad about telling your friends and your family about the cool things that you purchase in your life? Like, do you really? I bet you don't feel bad about those brand new pair of shoes that you show off to your girlfriends, or the hat, or the bandana, or the workout pants, or whatever people buy. Oh my gosh, my son's alarm is going off on my phone. Sorry. It says time for bed. You don't feel bad talking to them about any of that stuff. So why feel bad when you talk to them about Shakeology? When you know how it makes you feel. You know the money it saved you from your binge eating on ice cream every night, right? Who's with me? Just me? No? Yes? Okay. We got some ice cream eaters on here. Okay. Make me feel better about myself. Or medication that you got to come off of, right? Or, whatever it is that has helped you. Maybe it's helped your hair grow longer, your skin clear up, you be more energetic. Your workout programs, what do they do for you? I have to go see what Candace said. I'm probably driving the girls at work crazy with my constant daily updates with my workouts, and I don't even care. Yeah, always do that. Yes, I love that. That's what we do. I mean, yes, we let fear hold us back, right? We get in our heads, we start overthinking because what if they say no? What if they think I just want their money? What if whatever? What if no one gives this person that opportunity and their life is never able to change? What if that? What if you are the only one in their life that is able to give them the opportunity? But you are letting your own fear hold you back from inviting them. If you listen to some stories of coaches on this team alone, you would hear some amazing, incredible, life-changing stories that Beachbody has done for them. I'm not going to touch on them. I would love for them to come on and talk themselves. But there's been a whole lot where you are a blubbering mess hearing these stories. There's so many hurt and scared, unhealthy people out there with no support, nowhere to go, no purpose, no passion, because they don't know anything. They don't know any different. They think all they need to do is run on treadmills for 3 hours a day or eating frozen meals. What are those things called? Lean cuisines. Eating those all day. That's what you need to do. People don't know. People don't know that, weights are good for you. Girls think it's going to be scary. I'm going to bulk up. I'm going to look like Sagi. That's not true. People are afraid to reach out to other people too because they are afraid of fear, or they let fear hold them back. We need to stop being afraid and lead with love and lead with what we are able to give to people. The value that we have as a coach and the value that Beachbody has to offer other people to change their lives, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, financially. And look, and then you meet all these new best friends and it's like great, great, and wonderful. Like life is perfect, right? Look at all this amazing stuff that you have to offer other people. But for some reason, you let fear hold you back of inviting the biggest thing that's going to help change their life. Yes, they're going to be inspired from your awesome workout videos. Yes, they're going to be motivated by your awesome personal development that you're sharing on social media. But what is going to happen after that? They need you to invite them. Maybe they're not going to be ready right now. I sure don't think that every single one of you was ready the first time you were asked. Right? Is there anybody? Cindy? Okay. Everyone else is like, oh, Hillary too. Okay. 2 out of 28. Not too bad. Not too bad. But I didn't. I know you came to me. We don't need to talk about that, Cindy. Jeez. Just ruining it here. Yes, and sometimes people come to you and that goes, oh my gosh, my body just made a weird noise. I'm sorry if you guys heard that. But that goes along with sharing, being a product of the product, right? That goes along with sharing your small successes. That goes along with sharing your triumphs, your struggles, being real and vulnerable, putting yourself out there. See what you did to Alexis too? See, it's a triple down effect, or triple down. Oh my gosh, I'm done. Anyways, I know that fear is the biggest thing that holds a lot of us back from inviting. We get in our heads, we overthink, we get intimidated even, right? Like, oh, there's this really awesome person that I want to invite, but she has a huge following. Her following's bigger than me. I don't think she'd want to be a coach on my team. Why the hell not? You're pretty freaking awesome. Why not? You never know if you don't ask. We need to stop getting in our heads and stop thinking about ourselves. Stop thinking about the outcome for us. Think about the outcome for them. We need to set ourselves aside, our fears, the things that hold us back, and stop holding them back because of our own fears. Inviting can be scary if you let it be. Just like lacing up your shoes and getting your workout on could be scary if you let it be. It's all a mindset change. I almost forgot a word there. It's all in your head. If you let something hold you back, if you let something be scary, that will never change. If you write on Post-it notes every single day, I can add value to people's lives, or I believe in myself, or I'm not scared of inviting, add that to your affirmations. You will believe it, and you will stop letting fear hold you back. I have a question to ask you, and I want you guys to be honest. For those of you in the Team Cup using this question today, hopefully. Maybe not. Maybe you were working and you haven't scrolled social media yet, which would be good. How many of you guys have done the 4 vital behaviors every day in February? Every day. Mary. All right. Christina. Okay. Now, how many have you done 3 out of 4 vital behaviors? And the missing one being inviting? Look at that. Oh, Cindy, you too. Okay, recognition. Working out. Okay, being a product of the product.
When you say inviting, do you mean, because I know I've talked to Brittany about this too, like as far as the 4 vital behaviors are concerned, like Brittany once told me on a Zoom that inviting doesn't always have to be
like an invite. No.
Join my challenge group.
Right. Correct.
So if that's the case, then yes, I've done all 4. But like, okay. It can be, sharing your story. Like,
right. It's inviting them to your life, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I have done it all day. So.
Okay. Perfect. Yes. Inviting.
I wanted to clarify that for other people who might think that inviting only means like, hey, Vicki, I want you to join my challenge group. You in? What's up?
What's up?
You're rad. Be a coach on my team. Okay, it's done, right? Sign up today.
Like, I think you need to start sending video invites.
I am, dude. I wish if there was a video invite option, oh my God, I would be so on that. And I'd be like, it's successful 50 every month. Like, it would be great.
Honestly, if we could do video invites, sometimes that would be easier.
Yeah.
Get them on a Zoom. Get them on FaceTime. There you go. But yeah, inviting is like inviting into your life, like making new friends, communicating, talking to them, not just like sending them a friend request and then they accept it and giving them this guy. That's not inviting, and that's rude. Don't ever throw up that emoji. I hate that emoji. It's the worst emoji.
I hate the thumbs up.
Yeah. But yeah, inviting is just inviting into your life, right? They're your friend. And something that me and Teresa were on the call with Brittany today, and she was talking about like following up. The first conversation that you have with a brand new person, you shouldn't invite them to anything because you're getting to know them. They're your brand new friend, right? And follow up. Fortune is in the follow up. You follow up, you check in on them just like they're your friend. I told Brittany, I was like, I follow up with people until they join me in some way, shape, or form, or they block me, which I don't think that's happened a lot or at all. I don't know. But I will check in with them because I'm like, if you think about the people that you're adding to your network every day, they're like you, right? They're people that you actually want to hang out with in real life, right? Or I hope so. Otherwise, you're steering clear from your brand. Like, that would be weird. Don't just add everybody and anybody because then you're going to hang out with a bunch of crazies. And I mean, that might be fun, but not, productive. But if you're hanging out or if you're inviting people to your life that are like you, that you want to be friends with in real life, it's hard not to check in on them every day, right? Like, hey, I seen your son is sick. Is he feeling better? Like that kind of check in. Or, hey, I see that you got a promotion at work. Congratulations. That's so freaking awesome. How long have you been working there? Checking in, not following up like, are you ready to buy 21-day fix yet? What about now? Hey, it's Friday. What about now? No, that's not what I mean by following up. Just checking in on them and making sure that they know that you actually care about them as a person, right? You don't want them to be just a success club point. You don't want them just to help you rank advanced. Advance? I threw a T in there. Weird. You want them to be in your life. You're inviting them into your life because you have all this amazingness you have to offer. You can't keep that shit to yourself. Uh-oh. I'm going to owe $1 in a minute. But you want to spread it out. And that's why you invite people into your life. Then eventually, once you get to know them, get to know their goals, get to know their wants, their needs, their why, then you can find the perfect thing that you can help them with, right? And it's scary only if you let it to be scary. If you think of it as just making a new friend in your life, that kind of tones things down, right? The pressure. Not so much pressure. Just like I said this before on a team call, like one of my favorite things I love about being a Beachbody coach is the relationships. Because it's kind of like way back when we were 5 years old, we used to go to a playground and we walk away from the playground with like 5 new besties. Oh my God, we're going to each other's house and we're going to play ponies and Barbies and blah, blah, blah. Well, as an adult woman, you can't go to a grocery store and walk away with 5 new besties, right? Like that would be freaking hard work. But on social media and being a coach, you can. And you get to pick them. You can be picky and choosy with who you choose because they're going to be your friends for life, just like you do in real life, right? Like, I don't want a bunch of negative Nancys on my Facebook. I'm not going to be like, hey, you should join my team. No, I'll just let them be over there. Unfollow. I'm just kidding. But let the fear go to the wayside. Brush that off. It's no longer about you and your fear. It's what you're holding back from them by not giving them that opportunity. And don't just think because me and Cindy talked about inviting them into your life that you never have to invite them ever. They're like, oh yeah, I invited 6 people today. And the day before and the day before. And they're just my new friends. We're just hanging out. They're watching me do.
That was my downfall for a long time. I got real good at making friends. And not real good at saying, hey, now it's time to join me.
Right.
You got to remember to do that part.
Like how many of us, me and Cindy have done this too, and we've even talked about it. How many of us have said, you know, if I share my journey good enough, they'll come to me. Like I don't have to ever ask them to join me. They'll just come to me, right? No. Because the first 3 years, I kid you not, the first 3 years of me coaching, I never talked about being a Beachbody coach unless I would post a coaching opportunity post. But I never talked about being a Beachbody coach. And you know how many people I inspired to do a program that they got off Craigslist or eBay or even Beachbody.com. I inspired. But because they didn't know I was a coach, they had no idea that I could help them at all. So don't make that mistake. All right. I did the whole Hey Girl for 2 years, but never got the invite in. We all make mistakes, but you're doing it now, right, Tracy? Yes. Act like you were 7 online. Find women in a group with similar interests and build, then friend requests and continue to build. I love that. That's a good idea. Yeah, doing voice invites are awesome too, and they help people feel your energy, right? Except if you are used to voice texting and then you voice message and you're like, exclamation point, smile emoji. And then you're like, just kidding. I thought I was voice texting. And then that's, I don't know. That makes you human too. And whatever. But okay. So does everyone feel good about inviting now? Alexis? Yeah. I think we all have done that, Jackie.
It's honestly, we're never truly ready. It's a never ending thing. We just have to keep working at it. We're never really ready as long as we just keep going at it.
Right. Right. Well, the more you do it too, the easier it's going to be for you. It's going to be like that momentum, you know, a bicycle going down a hill. I'm going through the chat to see if there's any questions. Oh, I forgot Cindy does have a home phone too. We're living in the Stone Ages, you and I, girl.
It's ridiculous. I swear to you, it only rings when I'm hosting team calls.
Yeah, so does mine.
At all, ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And only about half the time does it happen. Only about half the time, Cindy.
Oh, yes. So Danielle Ford, so she came up with this thing that she's doing in February called Filterless February, really empowering women to think or to learn that they don't have to use filters to be beautiful on social media. And so she put in here, no editing, hashtag filterless February. So every day that she's posting a different filterless photo on there, sharing parts of her story. So I love that, Danielle. And yes, the twins are beasts. They're flying push-ups, those alligator push-ups, both of them. I'm like, you guys are crazy. I'm inspired every day. I want to be that buff when I grow up. Yes, no more missing your miracle morning, Cindy. Oh, Lisa, you're going to go buy some personal development for your patients? All right. I don't think there's any questions. Okay. 4 a.m. every day. I'm working to 5. I'm working to 5 a.m. I told Cindy I was going to do 5. This morning it was 5:45. I'm getting there closer and closer every day. Okay. Does anyone have any questions? Look at you early birds. I love it. Okay.
That's why I look like this right now. That's why I'm tired. It's too early to wake up.
I second that. This is my day off. That's why I got up later, but 5 days a week, it's 4 o'clock so I can get my workout in and get to work.
And I know, Vicki, like before you were always like, make sure you look excited on the call. And I'm over here like, I promise I'm excited. I'm just tired.
No, I totally get it. Plus you're 2 hours ahead.
Yeah. True.
Can I add something really quick?
Yeah, of course.
I won't be a half an hour though. Don't worry. You're like, it's going to be quick. It's going to be a quick call, but in the Cindy comments at the end. That's the part she didn't say, but I know y'all were thinking it. No, so one thing that I just wanted to add, so my coaches know that I'm basically the biggest PD pusher probably on our team. And, because it has changed my life, right? Like Vicki said, like no matter what, even if I never made another dime or wasn't coaching, I would still be doing Beachbody workouts and PD, right? But one thing that really like moved my mindset in my own business, like towards more business ownership versus just the feel good stuff. And I know Vicki's all about the feel good stuff, and I am too. Like I love the feel good stuff. I love, we have to grow on the inside too. But I think that one thing that I see a lot of coaches not do is improve their business skills. And like it's great to do like trainings, making sure that you're doing trainings like as far as like our team trainings and the National Wake Up Call and things like that, or things like this where these are hopefully building business skills. But one thing that has really, really helped me that I've actually heard a lot of like top coaches in Beachbody talk about lately, which I think is awesome, like they talk more and more about it, is really using like outside business skills, like not just Beachbody directed learning, as far as like learning about the business of network marketing. Like you would be so surprised how many coaches like really, you get the idea of what network marketing is, but then like if you were ever to have to explain it to someone, it's like you have to ask questions on the team page because you're like, oh my God, someone just told me it's a pyramid scheme. Oh, what do I say? But if you have like the knowledge and working behind what network marketing is and how it works, how we get paid, things like that, it makes it much easier to do. Or like working on like real skills like recruiting and adding to your network, or social media, like as far as like reading things by like Gary Vaynerchuk, or even if you reading is not your jam, following some people that are like Eric Worre, the creator of Network Marketing Pro. He has a great podcast. So if like you're more into audio, like that's one thing that I've really focused more on my own personal development, is I don't just focus on one skill, right? Because I feel like it helps add balance to my business, and it helps me add more value to my own customers, my clients, my coaches. So like every month I kind of focus on, a feel good type personal development. I focus on a leadership or business type personal development. I focus on a business building skill, right? So whether it's recruiting or marketing or, how to create better content on social media or something like that, and I focus on nutrition, right? Because nutrition is a huge part of our business. And while like a lot of us aren't nutritionists or things like that, you're going to get questions from people that you're not going to know the answer to unless you have some kind of experience or depth in your own business. So like really kind of, for me, that's something that's really helped my own business. And I know it's helped a lot of my own team and stuff too, is really not only doing the feel good network marketing, the feel good personal development. Cause you need personal growth and you need business growth in order to really push yourself out of your comfort zone and grow into like the coach that you all are meant to be, So that's kind of how I approach my own personal development and stuff.
But no personal development is worth anything unless you actually implement what you read or listen to. That's
for sure.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much, Cindy. All right. Does anyone have any questions? Any more questions? All right. Well, since no one else has any more questions, I'm going to stop the recording, but we're going to do a selfie. So for your newbies, Hey.